Hey everyone, this is Mike, and this is my journal entry for the third plate, chapters 12 and 13. Chapters 12 and 13 continue the story of Eduardo's and Barbara's production of foie gras, the impacts of culture on food production, and sustainability and the Dehesa in general. A really thought provoking part of these chapters was Wes Jackson's bleak opinion on the intergenerational sustainability of green agriculture. He stated that over a long enough period of time, someone shows up and inevitably degrades the land. Barber had retorted that a 2,000-year-old landscape such as the Dehesa wasn't just a blip, but admits on the next page that in a global landscape, a single trend like switching from cork threatens the livelihood of farmers in the region. It was through Wes Jackson's perspective that I could see how it would only take one generation of short-sighted farmers to destroy every cork tree in the Dehesa because they are no longer economically viable. Uh, this would negatively alter a 2,000-year-old landscape in a single generation the way that Jackson had described. So I'm not sure that Mr. Jackson's point was fully refuted by Mr. Barber. Either way, I thought the idea of intergenerationally sustainable agriculture was very new to me, and I enjoyed exploring Wes Jackson's opinions and perspectives. A second part of these chapters that stood out to me was Barber's thoughts on a universal truth about nature, that when we work with nature, we end up producing more than we could with whatever system we might replace it with. My question is, more of what? Ecological sustainability? Absolutely. Higher quality food? Sure. Uh, More food overall than any system we can replace it with? I personally disagree. And I don't mean to keep referring to the food policy in the United States. I just really enjoy that supplementary reading. But in Chapter 2, uh, the U.S. food policy again outlines for us that large and very large family farms with annual gross cash farm income greater than $1 million are few in number but provide almost half of the agricultural production as measured by gross cash. Whereas small family farms, important innovators in organic farming, are more numerous, but altogether they provide only a fifth of gross cash farm income. I think there are so many reasons to farm in balance with nature. Uh, but I also think that farms using GMO monocultures, industrial pesticides, and other non natural practices, despite their obvious drawbacks, produce a lot of food. Enough to, in my opinion, invalidate Mr. Barber's universal truth outlined in Chapter 12. Either way, I enjoyed this week's readings, particularly Chapter 1 and 2 of the U.S. Food Policy, and I'm excited to see what you all thought. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.